As Iran attacks Israel, Biden confronts an escalating Middle East crisis he had hoped to avoid. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time to talk about the 2024 presidential election because everyone, Iran has officially attacked Israel. Yep, we heard this yesterday, and this shocked the entire world because this was a much larger attack than originally expected. People thought, oh, this is going to be like one drone and that's it. No, it was a much larger attack than anyone expected. And this is becoming Biden's biggest crisis as president. And I really think that his chances of re-election might have taken a significant hit yesterday. Now, before I continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, I do want to be clear that things could absolutely change. I mean, this attack only happened yesterday, but I don't see how this ends in a positive manner for Biden. I really don't think this is going to help him. In fact, I truly believe that his chances of winning went down the toilet yesterday because his response, which we will get to in a minute, was quite possibly the most pathetic thing I've ever seen by any president. Now, let us get into it. For President Biden, an attack on Israel launched from Iranian soil amounts to a scenario he greatly sought to avoid since the start of the current Middle Eastern conflict. And they're right. And they place Biden again in a tenuous position of pledging stalwart support for Israel. And this might be the worst thing about this entire situation. The fact that Biden's foreign policy is being dictated by poll numbers. I don't give a rat's ass if you're George Bush, if you're Bill Clinton, it doesn't matter. If you're Biden, who cares? You should not be making your decisions based on poll numbers. Now, I do agree that we shouldn't get involved. Unless Americans are attacked, I think we should stay out of it. Because if we get involved, things could get bad real quick. I agree with that. But let's be real. He's only saying this and he's not going to support Israel with a direct war against Iran because of polling. That's the reality of it. Because his Democrat base is filled with sick people that agree with Iran. They agree with Palestine. They agree with Hamas. This is pathetic that his foreign policy is being dictated by that. And that's the biggest problem. Iran knows it doesn't matter what they do. The United States of America is going to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're just going to sit there. Instead of trying to be brokers of peace to figure out what to do, we're just going to sit back. Because Biden cares so much about his polling numbers in Michigan that he's just going to say, screw you. I'm not going to do anything. Again, the idea of us staying out of this war is a good idea. But the reason Biden's doing it is pathetic. He's doing it because of polls. What comes next is unknown. In the immediate aftermath of Iran's attacks, American officials acknowledged they were entering uncharted territory. One significant question mark is how proxies might potentially join Iranian efforts to target Israel and add a new layer of unpredictability. And with Israel's plans for a response still being formed, Biden administration officials are expected to continue advising their Israeli counterparts with the desire for containment in mind. Do you really trust Biden's administration when it comes to this crap? Do you? I don't. The vast majority of Americans don't. These people are so incompetent. They can't even manage a fucking Dollar Tree, let alone managing foreign policy decisions that could impact tens of millions of people. I cannot believe that in under 4 years, we went from the most stable the Middle East has ever been, or I should say in the last 40 years, because of Trump. But now you have Iran and Israel potentially having a full-blown war between each other. And remember, both sides have nukes. Let's stop pretending that Iran doesn't got a nuke. Let's stop pretending Israel doesn't. They both have it. Granted, it may not be as good as an American nuke, but you get the point. It would be insane to say neither side has it. They do. So what happens if the war goes south for Israel? What happens if the war goes south for Iran? God help us if that even occurs. I'm praying it doesn't. Everyone should. Because when the nukes start flying, and I hope it doesn't happen, but if one side is about to collapse upon itself, there is that possibility. In a call with Prime Minister Netanyahu on Saturday night, in which Biden told Netanyahu to consider Saturday a win because the U.S. assessed Iran's attacks had been largely unsuccessful and demonstrated Israel's superior military capability, Biden made clear that the U.S. will not participate in any offensive operations against Iran in response, a senior administration official told CNN. This first part's pathetic. Congratulations, you stopped missiles, you stopped some drones. Those drones were going like 5 miles per hour. They were so freaking slow. Of course you got them. All the Iran attack was trying to accomplish was to see how capable the Iron Dome really was. That's what it came down to. But also they wanted to say, we attacked Israel. But to call that a win? Are you freaking kidding me? That is pathetic. Do these idiots not understand? No, that's not a win. Because what happened on Saturday, more than likely, is going to cause a regional war in the Middle East. That's not a win. That's an embarrassment for the United States that we're so weak now that Iran doesn't care. If this was Trump, they wouldn't dare attack Israel or any of our allies, let alone directly. But Iran doesn't care. They look at Biden and say to themselves, this clown is the president of the United States? This is a free win for us. But either way, this is a disaster. But the second point here, that we're not going to get involved. There's two problems with this. One, if Biden didn't have any troubles with Muslim voters, progressives, doesn't matter, there would be a different tune, I guarantee it. The fact his poll numbers are this bad is the only reason he's saying this. Which again, you should not be making your foreign policy decisions based off of polling. But number two, why the hell would you announce to the world, no matter what happens, we're not going to get involved? This was one of the biggest reasons why Trump's foreign policy was successful. Yes, he wanted peace, but you didn't know what he was going to do. If you attacked Israel or an American base, good luck. Because knowing Trump, you don't know what he's going to do. He's so unpredictable. It's not like with Biden where he announces to everyone, by the way, we will not do anything about this. Yeah, that's a sign of confidence that you announce to everyone, we're not going to do anything. Again, you don't have to say that. You can support not getting involved, that's one thing, but to announce to everyone that we're not going to do a damn thing about this no matter what happens, that's the complete inverse of what Trump would do. Knowing Trump, he probably would bomb Iranian proxies in the Middle East. But you thought this was pathetic, announcing to the world, at least through a source, that we're not going to do anything about it. You thought this was pathetic. This right here might be the most embarrassing statement any president has ever made. Now, usually when a big event happens, you would expect a press conference. You would expect some kind of Oval Office address, something. But these clowns at the White House had a media lit at 5:15 p.m. Yeah. So just after 5 o'clock, just 2 hours after the attack occurred, these clowns decided, nah, no press conference, nothing. Instead, like 10 hours after the fact, Biden finally made a statement. But let's actually read this statement. Earlier today, Iran and its proxies operating out of Yemen, Syria, and Iraq launched an unprecedented air attack against military facilities in Israel. I condemn these attacks in the strongest possible terms. At my direction to support the defense of Israel, The US military moved aircraft and ballistic missile defense destroyers to the region over the course of the past week. Thanks to those deployments and the extraordinary skill of our service members, we helped Israel take down nearly all the incoming drones and missiles. I've spoken with Prime Minister Netanyahu to reaffirm America's ironclad commitment to the security of Israel. I told him that Israel demonstrated a remarkable capacity to defend against and defeat even unprecedented attacks, sending a clear message to its foes that they cannot effectively threaten the security of Israel. Tomorrow, I will convene my fellow G7 leaders to coordinate a united diplomatic response to Iran's brazen attack. My team will engage with their counterparts across the region, and we will stay in close touch with Israel's leaders. And while we have not seen attacks on our forces or facilities today, we will remain vigilant to all threats and will not hesitate to take all necessary action to protect our people. And that's it. 4 paragraphs, barely a paragraph each. That's it. That's the statement, not an address to the country, nothing. 4 paragraphs, and called it a night. At 10 p.m. So not at like 7 p.m., not even 8 p.m., no. When people started to go to bed, at least on the Eastern Coast, that's when he announced to the world, oh, by the way, this happened. What a pathetic response by this guy. But I love the last part. Tomorrow, I will convene with fellow G7 leaders. Not tonight, not ASAP, no, tomorrow. Are you freaking kidding me? If this was Trump, not only would he have had a national address already, he would have had one the second it occurred, or let's just say half an hour. Not only that, but he would have talked to G7 leaders immediately after. Why the hell, when this happened at the middle of the day, did you wait till tomorrow, aka today, to talk to these leaders? Why? It was a pathetic response. And you know damn well, Biden did not write this. He was not involved. He probably doesn't even know what's going on. It was some random staffer at the White House that more than likely supports Palestine because that's the Biden administration for you. They would have someone that supports Palestine write this. That's how incompetent they are. I'm not saying that's what happened, but would you be surprised? Either way, this was pathetic. This could have been avoided. But this White House is so incompetent, they have no clue what the hell they're doing. And now, you might have a full-blown war occurring between Israel and Iran. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.